This is All India Radio. Welcome to the business news program, Money Matters. I'm Arjun Chaudhary and with me is my co-anchor in Hindi, Manoj Pathak.
नमस्कार। इस कार्यक्रम में हम शेयर बाजार, कारोबार और अर्थ जगत की ताजा खबरों को लेकर हाजिर हैं। आइए शुरू करते हैं अंग्रेजी में हेडलाइन से।
Benchmark stocks fall around 1% amid mixed global cues in intraday trade. Sensex falls 475 points, Nifty slips by 50 points, and rupee appreciates by 10 paise against the US currency. And let's have a look at our top story with what's happening with the Sensex and Nifty. The BSE Sensex and the NSE Nifty today fell around 1% in intraday trade. Amid mixed global cues, Sensex declined by 475 points or 0.93% to trade at 50,850. And the Nifty index fell by 148 points or 0.98% to 14,971. The broader market at the BSE also declined, underperforming the Sensex. The BSE mid-cap index was down 1.85%, while the BSE small-cap index depreciated by 1%. And on Money Matters, we're joined by senior business journalist Puneet Jain. Puneet, a very warm welcome to you on Money Matters.
Thank you, Arjun.
Puneet, a lot's happening in the market. It appears to be profit booking. The volatility index is stating that the markets are volatile it's gone up by 4%. What's your read about the profit booking scenario? Are the DIIs actively involved or are the FIIs also profit booking right now?
So, Arjun, clearly, I think today, and in fact, last few days, we have seen substantial profit booking by domestic investors as well as foreign investors. And if you see the action today, largely the stocks which had run up a lot in the past few days, particularly PSUs and PSU banks and other financial stocks, they are saying they are witnessing a lot of selling. So, for instance, Bank Nifty is down by almost 1,000 points today, clearly showing that bank stocks and financial stocks, they're seeing a lot of profit booking and selling by institutions.
पुनीत, यदि हम आज देखें तो आज ओएनजीसी में भी खासी यानी गिरावट देखी जा रही है। 5% से अधिक दोपहर कारोबार में इसमें गिरावट हुई। कोई खास वजह इस क्षेत्र में या बस तात्कालिक कारण दिख रहा?
देखिए, प्रॉफिट बुकिंग तो डेफिनेटली है इनमें, और साथ ही जो क्रूड ऑयल प्राइसेस हैं जो बिल्कुल रिकॉर्ड लेवल्स पर, एक तरह से रिसेंट हाई लेवल्स पर चल रहे हैं $64-65 के आसपास, उसमें हम उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि उसमें थोड़ी गिरावट आएगी आने वाले समय में। तो मुझे लगता है कि उसी एप्रीहेंशन की वजह से ओएनजीसी में सेलिंग भी है और प्रॉफिट बुकिंग भी है।
Is the market rally sustainable? That was the big question when the markets had rallied beyond 50,000 mark. Right now the market is falling. There's still another 20 minutes for the market to go before it closes. What's your take on the market for the weekend and what's going to happen next week?
So, clearly markets are going to be very volatile for many reasons. One, of course, is the fact that markets are at record highs. Secondly, we are heading into this end of the financial year. So the institutions and other investors, large investors, they do profit booking, they kind of balance the books. So there are a lot of factors which are clubbed in around this time, and I think markets will be very volatile, and they may not go up very sharply next 1 month. But if you ask me with a 3 to 6 month perspective, I think markets will still head higher in the next financial year.
पुनीत, हमारे साथ बने रहें। हम कुछ खबरें लेते हैं, उसके बाद फिर से एक बार वैश्विक बाजार पर और रुपए पर आपसे चर्चा करेंगे। अंतरबैंकिंग विदेशी मुद्रा बाजार में दोपहर कारोबार में $1 की तुलना में रुपया 10 पैसे मजबूत हुआ। 72 रुपए 65 पैसे के स्तर पर कारोबार समाचार लिखे जाने तक करता नजर आ रहा था। वैश्विक बाजारों पर ध्यान दें तो एशियाई शेयर बाजारों में आज मिला जुला रुख रहा है। दक्षिण कोरिया का कोस्पी 0.7% लाभ के साथ कारोबार कर रहा था। चीन का शंघाई कंपोजिट इंडेक्स 0.6% ऊपर आ गया। हांगकांग के हेंगसेंग में 0.2% की वृद्धि हुई। उधर बिकवाली के दबाव में जापान का निक्केई 225 सूचकांक 0.7% और सिंगापुर का स्ट्रेट्स टाइम्स इंडेक्स 1% नीचे आ गया था। यूरोपीय बाजार पर ध्यान दें तो समाचार तैयार किए जाने तक सीमित दायरे में कारोबार होता दिख रहा था। अंतर्दिवसीय कारोबार में लंदन का FTSE 100 0.1% ऊपर चल रहा था। जर्मनी के डेक्स में 0.3% की वृद्धि बनी हुई थी। उधर फ्रांस का CAC 40 0.5% बढ़त के साथ कारोबार कर रहा था।
Let's have a look at what the US market is doing. The Dow Jones and the S&P 500 both fell by 0.4%, while the Nasdaq Composite Index declined by 7%. Puneet, at this stage, all the global markets are not appearing to be in sync. You have some markets going up, other markets coming down. Of course, the Sensex and Nifty is going to close at 3:30 in the afternoon as far as trading is concerned. Tell us about the FII behavior. They have been the net buyers in the market up until 18th of February to the tune of 23,755 crore rupees for the month of February alone. How do you see their behavior till the end of this financial year, as you mentioned earlier, that with profit booking being the ultimate objective before they close the books for the financial year?
Also, if you look at FII, they have put in $34 billion. That is more than 2 lakh crore rupees in Indian stock market in the current year. So my first sense is that in the next 1 month, we might see some profit booking by FII, and therefore we might see the markets remain soft going forward. However, having said that, and having put in so much of money in the Indian markets, I don't think FIIs are going to sell and get out of this market in a hurry. They're going to stay here for quite some time. So my sense is that they might do some little bit of profit booking, but I think they're here to stay for some time.
The Nifty Bank Index has gone down by 2%, and we've seen a lot of reform, especially with the PSU Bank recapitalization, the setting up of ARCs and AMCs, just to clean up their balance sheet, ensure that the non-performing assets turn into performing assets, or they're sold off into performing assets. And then there is FDI in insurance. So do you see this profit booking in the banking sector as short-term, and you see a buyback, again, a short covering strategy in the stock market?
So in the banking space, I think while the private sector banks are quite expensive and they've gone up a lot, and they don't have a major issue. But PSU banks, I think there's a game changer in terms of reforms happening, and they're also very undervalued. There might be some short-term profit booking, but I think long-term, if you ask me for the next 1 or 2 years, I think PSU banking stocks are going to see a major re-rating on the high side.
पुनीत, रुपए का स्तर क्या दर्शा रहा? 10 पैसा मजबूत हुआ है, 72 रुपए 65 पैसे के स्तर पर दोपहर कारोबार में। तेल के जो दाम बढ़ रहे हैं, उसमें रुपए का यह स्तर क्या दर्शा रहा?
देखिए, रुपए की स्तर कई चीजों से इसका असर पड़ता है। तेल एक उसका फैक्टर है, बॉन्ड यील्ड्स का काफी मेजर फैक्टर रहता है, क्योंकि एफआईआई इन्वेस्ट करती है हाई यील्ड्स पे। भारत की यील्ड थोड़ी बढ़ रही है, तो हमें लगता है कि फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स भारत में पैसा डालेंगे। उसके चलते मुझे लगता है रुपए में जो मजबूती है वो अभी बनी रहेगी। एंड विद $600 बिलियन रिजर्व, कोई रुपए में गिरावट आना या कमजोरी आना कोई मुझे नहीं लगता कि पॉसिबिलिटी है इन द शॉर्ट टर्म।
Well, speaking of oil, let's have a look at the oil prices in intraday trade. Brent crude prices were trading around $63 per barrel, while WTI crude prices were around $59.40 a barrel. Moving on to more news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that circular economy can be a key step in addressing the ecological strain on our planet. Addressing the valedictory function of the India-Australia Circular Economy Hackathon today through a video conference, Mr. Modi stressed on the need to look at our consumption patterns and how we can reduce the ecological impact. The Prime Minister said recycling and reusing things, eliminating waste and improving resource efficiency must become a part of our lifestyle. He expressed the hope that innovations showcased at the hackathon will inspire the two countries to take the lead in circular economy solutions. He also asked to find ways to scale up and incubate these ideas. Mr. Modi said we must never forget that we are not the owners of all that Mother Earth has to offer, but merely its trustees for all the future generations to come.
बस यहीं पर श्रोताओं की ओर से पुनीत हम आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे। नजर डालें सर्राफा बाजार पर। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजारों में गिरावट के रुख के बीच घरेलू सर्राफा बाजार में भी सोने की चमक फीकी है। अब से थोड़ी देर पहले मल्टी कमोडिटी एक्सचेंज में सोने का मूल्य 75 रुपए घटा 46,050 रुपए प्रति 10 ग्राम पर आ गया। चांदी 70 रुपए बढ़े और 68,565 रुपए प्रति किलो के स्तर पर पहुंच गई। बस यहीं पर अंत में हम मुख्य समाचार श्रोताओं को बताना चाहेंगे। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजारों से मिले जुले रुख के बीच घरेलू शेयर बाजार में बिकवाली तेज। प्रमुख सूचकांक लगभग 1% लुढ़ के सेंसेक्स 475 अंक फिसला, निफ्टी 50 अंक नीचे आया और अंतर बैंकिंग विदेशी मुद्रा बाजार में $1 की तुलना में रुपया 10 पैसे मजबूत हुआ।
And that's it in this edition of Money Matters. For now, goodbye.